Glendale, Arizona buzzed with anticipation. The air crackled with excitement as fans poured into the city, their jerseys a vibrant tapestry of national colors. The energy was palpable, a collective hum of expectation that vibrated through the streets. This wasn't just a football match. This was more than just a game. It was a clash of cultures, a battle of wills, a spectacle that transcended the sport itself. It was a moment etched in time, a memory waiting to be made. It was a Gold Cup quarterfinal with everything on the line. The coveted trophy gleamed under the stadium lights, a symbol of glory and national pride. The quarterfinal match graphics flashed on the big screen, a stark reminder of the high stakes. Mexico, defending champions and regional giants, entered the arena with a legacy to uphold. The weight of a nation rested on their shoulders, the hopes and dreams of millions fueling their every step. Faced Saudi Arabia, the guest nation making a dream debut. They were the underdogs, the surprise package of the tournament, defying expectations with each passing game. Their journey had captured the hearts of fans worldwide. State Farm Stadium glowed under the lights, a beacon of sporting drama in the Arizona desert. The stadium was a cauldron of noise and color, a testament to the passion and dedication of the fans. The pitch ready for a battle of continents and ambitions. Every blade of grass was perfectly manicured, awaiting the clash of titans. The stage was set for a display of skill, strategy, and unwavering determination. Mexican fans, a sea of green, white, and red, filled the stands with thunderous support. Their chants echoed through the stadium, a wave of sound that crashed against the opposition. They were the 12th man, a force to be reckoned with. Across from them, Saudi supporters waved their flags, a smaller but no less passionate contingent. They were a proud symbol of their nation's sporting progress, their voices rising in defiance of the odds. Proud underdogs with nothing to lose. They had already exceeded expectations, and now they dared to dream of even greater glory. Their belief was unwavering, their spirit unbreakable. Win, and the journey continues. Victory meant a place in the semifinals, a step closer to the ultimate prize. It meant validation, recognition, and the chance to etch their names in history. Lose, and the dream ends in the desert. Defeat meant heartbreak, disappointment, and the long journey home. It meant the end of a chapter, a missed opportunity, and the pain of unfulfilled potential. Mexico carried the weight of expectation. The pressure to perform was immense. Every pass, every tackle, every shot was scrutinized under the microscope of public opinion. Anything less than victory would be failure. The ghosts of past failures haunted them, a constant reminder of the stakes. They knew that only a dominant performance would silence the critics. Saudi Arabia played with freedom, unburdened by the weight of expectation. They embraced the moment, relishing the opportunity to test themselves against the best, already making history. Their presence in the quarterfinal was a testament to their progress, a symbol of their ambition. They had nothing to lose and everything to gain. The world watched as the pressure mounted, the tension palpable in the air. Millions of eyes were glued to the screen, eager to witness the drama unfold. Players lined up in the tunnel, a silent procession of warriors preparing for battle. The air was thick with anticipation, the silence broken only by the pounding of hearts. Focus etched on their faces. Each player was lost in their own thoughts, visualizing success, steeling themselves for the challenge ahead. Captains exchanged pennants, a symbol of respect and sportsmanship. It was a brief moment of camaraderie before the intensity of the match consumed them. A brief calm before the storm. The handshake was a gesture of mutual respect, a recognition of the shared passion and dedication that had brought them to this moment. The crowd's roar was deafening as the teams walked out, a wall of sound that washed over them. The atmosphere was electric, a sensory overload of sights, sounds, and emotions. National anthems echoed, filling the stadium with patriotic fervor. The players stood shoulder to shoulder, their voices rising in unison, a testament to their national pride, each note heavy with hope. The lyrics resonated with the fans, a reminder of the sacrifices and struggles that had paved the way for this moment. This was the moment for heroes to rise and hearts to break. This was the moment where dreams would be realized and shattered, where legends would be born and forgotten. The referee's whistle pierced the air, a signal that the talking was over and the action was about to begin. The tension reached its peak, the anticipation almost unbearable. The desert showdown had begun. The ball was in play, the game was on, and the fate of two nations hung in the balance. Two teams, one dream, and no second chances. This was it, the moment of truth, the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. The Gold Cup quarterfinal was underway, a battle for supremacy, a clash of titans, a spectacle for the ages. The stage was set for a classic. The atmosphere was electric, the stakes were high, and the world was watching. Let the games begin. Mexico, a nation synonymous with footballing passion, entered the tournament as the undisputed kings of Group A. Their journey was one laden with expectation, fueled by a legacy of success and a hunger for continued dominance. As defending champions, the weight of expectation rested heavily on their shoulders. Anything less than lifting the trophy would be deemed a failure. The pressure to win wasn't just desired, it was an obligation etched into the very fabric of Mexican football. Their group stage performance was solid, showcasing glimpses of brilliance, but it wasn't exactly spectacular. They navigated through their opponents with a controlled efficiency, carefully managing each game. Ultimately, they topped the group, demonstrating resilience and experience. Their veteran players provided a steady hand, guiding the team through challenging moments and ensuring they secured the top spot. El Tri's squad, a carefully curated blend of seasoned veterans and promising young stars, made them clear favorites to win the tournament. The synergy between experience and youthful exuberance was expected to be their trump card. However, a goalless draw against a determined Costa Rica side exposed some underlying cracks in their armor. The frustration was palpable as they struggled to break down a well-organized defense. The pressure was immense, amplified by the fervent support of their passionate fan base. For Mexico, winning isn't merely a hope, it's an unwavering expectation, a cultural imperative that fuels their every move. On the other side stood Saudi Arabia, invited guests to this prestigious tournament. Against all odds, they shocked everyone by escaping a tough group, defying pre-tournament predictions and establishing themselves as a force to be reckoned with. After an initial opening loss that threatened to derail their campaign, they demonstrated remarkable resilience, bouncing back with impressive victories and ultimately finishing second in their group, just behind the formidable USA. Their success was built on a foundation of unwavering discipline, blistering speed on the counterattack, and a surprising level of tactical awareness that often caught their opponents off guard. This marked their debut in the Gold Cup, and simply reaching the quarterfinals was already a historic achievement, a testament to their progress and ambition on the international stage. Mexico carried the weight of history, a legacy of triumphs and a tradition of excellence. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, possessed the potent element of surprise, an unknown quantity ready to disrupt the established order. The Green Falcons were meticulously organized, brimming with confidence, and demonstrably ready to compete against the tournament's elite. This highly anticipated match represented a true test of ambition for both teams, a crucial juncture in their respective journeys. Two teams, two distinct stories, each with its own unique narrative and set of aspirations, all vying for one coveted spot in the semifinals, a chance to continue their quest for glory. On Mexico's sideline, a calm, tactical mastermind demanded control and patience. His philosophy: dominate possession, wear down opponents, and trust in experience and youth alike. He studied Saudi Arabia meticulously, seeking weaknesses to exploit. Across from him, Saudi Arabia's coach embraced the underdog role. His team was drilled for discipline, compact defense, and lightning counters. He motivated his squad to believe they could beat anyone. Against Mexico, his plan was clear: frustrate, absorb pressure, and strike on the break. Both coaches embodied their team's identities, one methodical, one pragmatic. The touchlines were a chessboard of strategy and emotion. This was more than a match. It was a battle of footballing minds. The tactical duel would shape the night. These teams had history, a dramatic clash at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Both needed a win to advance. Mexico triumphed 2-1 but still exited on goal difference. Saudi Arabia, after stunning Argentina, also fell short. That night left both sides with unfinished business. Now the Gold Cup quarterfinal brought a chance for redemption. For Mexico, it was about proving their quality and avoiding heartbreak. For Saudi Arabia, it was about growth and revenge. The memory of Qatar fueled both teams. Mexico sought to replicate their intensity and flair. Saudi Arabia wanted to show how far they'd come. This wasn't just a match, it was a grudge rematch with everything at stake. The past added fire to the present. The match exploded from the first whistle. Mexico, urged on by their fans, seized early control, pushing Saudi Arabia deep. Their wingers threatened constantly, delivering dangerous crosses. In the 8th minute, a slick move nearly gave Mexico the lead, but the Saudi keeper made a heroic save. That moment jolted Saudi Arabia awake. They tightened up, closing spaces and frustrating Mexico's attack. The game settled into a tense tactical battle, Mexico with possession, Saudi Arabia with discipline. The champions struggled to break through, their final ball lacking. Saudi defenders stood firm, confident in their shape. 20 minutes in, it was a chess match. Patience versus resilience. The crowd sensed the tension, the stage was set for drama. The midfield was a war zone. Every challenge fierce, every pass contested. Mexico's creators searched for openings, but Saudi pressure forced mistakes. A Mexican turnover sparked Saudi Arabia's first real chance, a blistering counter and a rocket shot brilliantly saved by Mexico's keeper. That moment gave Saudi Arabia confidence to attack more boldly. Their counters grew sharper, testing Mexico's defense. The Mexican backline, usually comfortable, looked rattled by Saudi pace. Both teams now threatened, the match finally balanced. Just before halftime, Mexico nearly scored from a corner, but a Saudi defender cleared off the line. Heroic defending kept the underdogs alive. Near misses at both ends made for a captivating half. The breakthrough still eluded both sides. The tension was palpable. The first half was a battle of nerves and skill. Just before halftime, the deadlock broke, against the run of play. Saudi Arabia struck with a moment of brilliance, a perfect interception, a sublime through ball, and a cool chip over the keeper. The stadium erupted as Saudi fans celebrated wildly. It was a goal born of discipline and belief. Mexico, stunned, suddenly trailed despite dominating possession. The momentum shifted instantly. Mexico's response was frantic but lacked composure. Saudi Arabia, buoyed by the lead, defended with renewed energy. The halftime whistle blew with Saudi Arabia ahead 1-0. Their game plan had worked to perfection. The champions were on the ropes. The upset was alive. Halftime arrived, presenting Mexico with a crucial lifeline. The first half had been a challenging affair, and the break offered a precious opportunity to reassess their strategy and inject fresh energy into the team. They desperately needed to regroup, refocus their efforts, and address the shortcomings that plagued their initial performance. The coaching staff huddled with the players, dissecting the game's flow and identifying key areas for improvement. Despite periods of dominance in possession and territory, the scoreboard painted a frustrating picture. They trailed their opponent. The Mexican players wore expressions of concern, fully aware that their World Cup hopes hung in the balance. They had to be more clinical and decisive in front of goal. The opportunities were there, but the finishing touch was lacking. Each missed chance weighed heavily on their shoulders, amplifying the pressure to convert future opportunities. The coach, sensing the mounting tension, demanded composure and unwavering focus from his squad. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a cool head under pressure, urging them to trust their training and execute their game plan with precision. He specifically challenged his star players to elevate their performance and deliver sharper, more decisive finishing in the final third. The team's success hinged on their ability to convert chances into goals. Tactical changes and the introduction of fresh legs were seriously considered to inject new dynamism into the attack. The coaching staff analyzed potential substitutions, seeking to exploit weaknesses in the Saudi defense and alter the game's momentum. The objective was clear: to find a way to break down the stubborn Saudi resistance and unlock their defense. For Saudi Arabia, the halftime message was crystal clear and concise. They needed to stay disciplined in their defensive structure, maintain unwavering concentration, and be ready to strike swiftly and decisively on the counterattack. Their first-half execution had been near perfect, capitalizing on their opportunities with clinical precision. Now, the challenge was to replicate that performance and maintain their advantage. The key to their success lay in remaining compact defensively, denying Mexico space to operate. Their aim was to frustrate Mexico's attacking endeavors, forcing them into errors. The Saudi defenders needed to maintain exceptional organization, communicating effectively to snuff out any potential threats. The midfielders had to be tireless in their work rate, tracking back and supporting the defense. Mexico, with their backs against the wall, would undoubtedly throw everything forward in search of goals. Saudi Arabia had to be smart, disciplined, and effectively manage the game's tempo to secure the victory. The next 45 minutes would ultimately decide the fate of both teams and determine their tournament destiny. The question loomed large. Could Mexico summon the resilience and determination to mount a successful rally? Or would Saudi Arabia defy expectations and complete a stunning upset, sending shockwaves through the tournament? The path to victory, though challenging, was clearly defined for both nations as they emerged for the second half. The ensuing second half promised drama, intensity, and a defining chapter in their respective tournament journeys. As the second half began, the stakes soared. A semi-final spot and a shot at glory hung in the balance. For Mexico, defeat would be a national crisis. For Saudi Arabia, victory would be historic. The pressure on Mexico was immense. Millions expected nothing less than a win. Saudi Arabia played for a dream, ready to shock the world. The winner would carry huge momentum into the semi-finals. For Mexico, a comeback would restore belief. For Saudi Arabia, an upset would announce their arrival. The journey to the final was within reach. Every tackle, every pass, every moment mattered now. The desert night was set for a dramatic finish. The next chapter of this incredible story was about to be written. The second half kicked off, everything to play for.